Good morning and welcome to Movement and Meditation. My name is Patton White and I am the Artistic and Administrative Director of Beacon Dance. And we are coming to you from the B Complex, which is an artist-owned and operated cooperative. And we have a dance studio here as part of the cooperative, and we are located in the Capitol View neighborhood of Southwest Atlanta. And today we are continuing our focus on energy work through Qigong movements, and we started off this week by going through a number of different Qigong movements, and we are going to continue with those. We'll probably do fewer repetitions of each one, but we're also going to be incorporating some of the themes and the ideas that came up as we were sharing stories in our story circle on Wednesday. And these stories ranged from different ways that people found that they could get energy, or what ideas about what made them feel energetic and that sort of thing. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to do most of today standing, but again, you are free to either be seated or standing as you so desire. And we're going to begin by just placing our hands, as we did on Monday, on our lower Dantian region, which is the energy reservoir, if you will. And it's just below the belly button. And we're going to take a moment to breathe in to that area. So really expanding the lower abdomen into the hands. And then as we exhale, pressing the abdomen back towards the spine. And again, inhaling and exhaling. And let's do one more of these. Inhaling and exhaling. And now let's go into drawing down the heavens, which is bringing energy in to the body from the heavens. And as we're doing this, we're also going to be paying attention to the brain, one of our organs that we have done a little bit of exploration with in the past through our body-mind centering work. But we're bringing energy into the brain, into which is the top, the very top of our Dantian energy centers. Then we have the heart, and then we have the lower Dantian. So bringing in energy from outside to inside. So energizing the brain. This was one of our ideas or themes that came up during our story circles, is this idea of intellectual inquiry. So learning more about things, which would lead eventually to intellectual-based conversations, talking about ideas. That this was a way that one of our story circle tellers brought energy into themselves. Now one more of those. And now paying attention to the entirety of the spine, really grounding ourselves either in our chairs or on the floor, with the pelvis trying to remain neutrally facing front. We're going to go into our knocking on the door of life again. And this is stimulating a number of our different energy centers, but one of the meridians is the spine, up and down. And as we twist and allow the top of the head to initiate, again, we're finding this idea of enhancing our energy through a focus on the mind or the brain. and how the brain extends down through the spinal column, through the nervous system, the sacro-cranial flow, and now taking the front hands up towards the chest, knocking on the kidneys and back, the chest or the lungs and heart and thymus in front, and now up and over on our shoulders, really looking back over the shoulder, and coming back to the center, and calming that down, and then just taking a moment to notice how your energy is already shifting, changing, rearranging itself in the body. And with this, just this noticing, we're bringing ourselves a bit into our cellular fluid state, which is knowing, beingness, stillness, rest. So scanning through the body, through this idea of relaxation and rest. And then we're going to get ready to energize the entirety of the spine again, and also opening our lungs, and really trying to be completely in our bodies as much as we possibly can. Feeling every element of the body as we open the chest, the sternum, the shoulders, the neck area, releasing in the lower lumbar region of the spine as we pull the shoulder blades and the elbows together towards one another in the back space, and then curving the spine opposite, forward release, pulling the elbows together in front, and again in back, and in front. Spinal cord breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. Again, inhaling and exhale. And inhale. Really finding yourself completely in your bodies. All of our systems working in tandem, working in concert with each other. The organ system shifting, relocating in the abdomen, the muscles, the bones, the nervous system. And our energy, our chi shifting and changing. And let's take a moment to again stop, rest. Notice for yourself what areas of the body now feel differently than they did a second ago. Well, before we started, it's more than a second ago, but before we started that particular activity. Scanning the body. Feeling all different parts of the body. All right, let's continue on to our spread the feathers. And so to do this, we're going to begin our initiation in the center between the shoulder blades as we press the palms of the hands out from one another. Pulling the fingertips back towards the shoulders, releasing the head to first one side and allowing the head to roll forward and to roll backwards. And again, forwards, inhaling. And exhale as we release the head back. And again, one more time, forward, roll. And back, and head comes center, reaching up and over the top of the center of the spine, Releasing to the opposite side and rolling forwards. And back. And again, forwards. And back. And forwards. Inhaling and back, exhaling. And center. And coming up through the center. And slowly lowering the arms down. Again, scanning, noticing. Feeling how the energy is shifting and changing. And this time, backs of the wrists, draw the arms up to the side. We turn the palms over the inside surface of the arm, now facing up towards the ceiling. And once again, actually, let's go with our opposite side first and roll the head forward, inhaling. Rolling the head back as we exhale. And again, forward, inhale. And exhale, rolling back. And one more time, inhaling forward. And exhale to the back. And then back to our center before we send the head up and over the top of the spine to the opposite side. And rolling forward. As we're doing the rolling, really feeling the outside surface, the top of the arm, which is now facing the floor. Really feeling that energy reaching out. The inside of the arm reaching towards the armpits. And one more time. Back. And center and up to our center point. Lowering the arms down. And once again, scanning. And this idea of scanning was one of the ways that one of our storytellers indicated that they became energetic, or found energy, was this idea of scanning the body periodically. Another way that that one of our storytellers was sharing how they felt energy or energetic was actually just in standing in the sun. And so we're going to be now in our shake the tree experience, as if we are this big tree and we are gathering all of the energy that the sun has to share with us. Feeling the warmth of the sun, the energy of the sun, all that the sun brings to us. And also reconnecting with our synovial fluid state, loose, relaxed, jiggly, all of our joints completely releasing, and the fluids that are between the joints, lubricating those meetings of the bones. Shaking the tree. All right, let's keep going on now. So moving on to our hip circles, again pressing the thumbs into the muscles on either side of the spine as we move the pelvis forward. And again, we are also activating our synovial fluids through this. We're also finding a relationship through this free-flowing motion of our venous blood flow, the blood flowing back towards the heart. And now let's go into a little bit of a Qi massage. So knocking on the outsides of the hips. And let's give ourselves a more specific motivation as we do this. Again, once one of our stories talked about finding motivation as a form of energizing. And so our motivation is to massage, make our muscle system in concert with our bones, coming up the insides of the legs, around to the backs, the glutes, sits bones down the back sides of the legs, knocking at the back of the knees, down the calves, and again up the insides of the legs. And going right into knocking in the lower Dantian region, across the front of the abdomen, and up to our liver on the right side, and over to the spleen. So our motivation here is stimulating, energizing our organs, our internal organs, up again to the lungs and the heart and the thymus gland. And now stimulating our motivation and stimulating the meridian that goes down the inside of the arm and up the outside, our yin and yang sides, the balancing. If we kind of feel like we're always trying to keep the scales balanced, as close to the same level as possible, not allowing one to become overly dominant. And from here, we're going to go right into our yin massage. And with this, we're going to shift our attention to inquiry. So learning, back to that idea of learning. So we reach out, we pull the hands together, we come down the back of the head, really feeling the textures as we let the palms move across the body, really feeling the textures, the shaping, the density, the qualities of the various surfaces that our hands are moving across. Let's do that again. And down the back of the skull, so we're feeling really boniness, then into the neck, a little softer tissue, through the hands, through the back, feeling the backs of each other as we go down through the sternum, again feeling that bone and cartilage of the rib cage and the sternum. Then feeling the contents of the torso and up the insides. Now let's do a little bit of a drum detox real quick here. Closing the palms into fists and then opening them, slapping and knocking. Slight pulsating with the legs, with the knees. And last thing that we're going to do is our flow series, and with this we're going to come to this idea of sharing as a form of energizing. So we're going to share our energy with this idea of reaching out as if you were sending energy out to somebody who is standing right across from you. And now let's move on to expanding the flow. So we have up, pulling in, sending away in front, and pulling in, and releasing down. And again, sharing energy. Sharing energy. Bringing energy in that people are sharing with you, that others, actually it can be either other people or it can be other living things like trees, plants, animals. And now we're going to go one step further into our opening to the 6 directions. Noticing with our eyes being involved, with our head focused, and down again. Opening, sharing, bringing in, sharing, bringing in, and sharing, and bringing in, and sending energy down into the earth, sharing our own energy with the earth. Let's do this one more time. Breathing in and out as we continue. And lower. And now we're going to finish up with, we did an Embrace the Tree on Monday. Let's take a moment in this pose just to feel the roundness of the back, the rib cage sinking back towards the spine. The scapula or the shoulder blades spreading apart in the back. The neck releasing long and not holding any tension. Pelvis just floating on your seat or above your support system of legs, feet. And let's lower down out of that. And let me see. Okay, we do have a little extra time. Good. So we're going to do one last thing, and that is our bamboo in the wind. So bring your feet all the way to where they're touching, the inner surfaces of our feet are touching one another. And placing or interlacing the hands over the lower Dantian region. If you want, close your eyes. If not, if you prefer with them open, that's fine too. But just allowing the connection between the earth and the sky, the earth and the heavens, allow the body to shift around as if we are a stalk of bamboo, gently blowing in the wind. Try not to allow the spine or the skeleton to collapse, but really feeling that lengthening out through the top of the head, dropping down into the floor, breathing in and out. The three-dimensional aspect of our breathing, forward, back, side, side, up and down. And slowly coming back to a center point. And again one more time, taking a moment to just scan how has your energy shifted, changed, what might have stayed the same. What do you want to change at some point? So next week we are going to be we're going to begin like because we have 2 weeks left, 1 week full week next week, which is actually not even the full week because we're only going to be meeting on Monday and Wednesday next week. So Monday we will be moving, and then on Wednesday we'll do our story circle. Our story circle next Wednesday is to be sharing a story about a memorable Christmas, since we're getting close to Christmas itself. But we will be doing sort of this summary session both next Monday and then the following Monday. And in those sessions, we will be reviewing much of what we have done over the past 4 months together, for those of you who have been with me the whole time. The fortunate thing is that these are all archived on our YouTube channel, and so you're able to go back over the 4 months of our curriculum and at your leisure take time to watch these to allow the information to move through you however you want it to do so. But yes, our focus will be on this idea of review of all of the, or at least many aspects of the material that we have been learning from both our body-mind centering work to our Qigong work, and then also some of our body weather or Min Tanaka work. So all of that is stuff that we've been covering. I want to thank you all so much for being with me today, and I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. I hope that yes, that you allow this energy that we've created together, that we've shared with each other, stays with you for the rest of today. Thank you again to Fulton County Board of Commissioners for helping, or actually for funding this, underwriting this initiative, and to our many, many individual contributors who span the globe, quite literally, without whose support we could not be doing this. So thank you again for being with us, and we hope that you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.